Discussion of preliminary budget as proposed by the Finance Committee.
The other thing that the Finance Committee has been involved in is a review of the operating and maintenance budget. The O&M budget, for the most part, is our budget outside of what we have available discretionary-wise for capital purposes. Got a lot of paperwork here for you. I talk about what our concerns and issues are. I guess I should step back and say that we had a goal-setting session in November, early November 4th. Most of the ideas from that meeting have been incorporated into not only our operating and maintenance budget, but our CIP budget. You might remember that not all of the portions of that plan actually were financially related, but just about all of them that were financially related have been addressed in the budget plan. One of the things you see change in this year's budget plan is there's been a significant change in our allocation to streets and roads, reflecting our interest in spending more of our resources and time related with that department. A couple of the departments that CA dropped, the pool, of course, but when you take into consideration that last year we bought that heater for the pool, you can kind of understand why the pool would see a reduction in budget plan. And then, of course, last year's budget plan, we also saw a portion of of a larger CIP side for the parks as well. And of course, next year we're not projecting to spend quite as much money in CIP for the parks. Instead of doing something, whether it be playground equipment or the restoration work on the Chautauqua building, next year's projections are for some minor playground equipment replacement and doing some restoration work on the tennis courts.
Okay?
I think the best response is to review it and
Right.
ask questions.
Correct.
Okay, then let's move on.
I guess I would say it's very important for you to have your questions ready at the next council meeting, because the time frame this year is a little tighter than it has been in previous years for approving the budget. Our deadline to the county auditor is the 15th of March. Well, the first council meeting in March is the 14th. So ideally, we wouldn't want to have to wait till the 14th to approve our budget, which means then we roll back into the second meeting in February.
We can put up what we do this month.
Correct. So there's a lot of different angles we need to go out here, and so if you have issues with the budget, it's very important for us to get them on the table as soon as possible, so that we don't delay, put ourselves in any type of a dangerous situation with meeting our notice requirements, our hearing requirements, or our final acceptance of the new budget.
There's very few sections of that budget that you can really do a whole lot with, and you get to work it in it. I mean, I'd like to, but there's just...
You only get about, what, 80,000?
Yeah, I mean, this really, there's... So, you can look at it and think you want to make all kinds of changes, but if you want to look at reality, it's not a
If
possibility.
you ask a question, you get able to add them maybe before the council meeting.
That would be
That
ideal.
would be
If you
really
have
good.
any questions that you would like to discuss before the meeting, I would encourage those.
I think that's a great idea. Okay?